one game that you're looking forward to playing.
Yeah.
What's one game and only one that you're looking forward to playing?
Ghost of Tsushima. This is easy. So basically, what I'm doing is because I was in school. It's tricky comparing school and work. How much free time you have. Work is consistent. For the most part.
But you can game plan around it in certain aspects.
Exactly. School, you always have in the back of your head, I could be studying right now.
Always.
I could be studying right now. I need to study this right now. And again, as a professional, you should always be updating and trying to get better. But school was like, man, I need to pass the test. I need to be studying right now. So even though sometimes you technically have more time in school, maybe mentally you think you don't. So as far as because of work now and me not taking that next step in my life yet, I have pretty good amount of free time right now. So I've been catching up on games that I said I was never gonna play or that I'll get to it. Like Batman Arkham Knight came out when the PS4 came out 5 years ago. AAA game, right? Played 1 and 2. Pretty good game. Give it like an 8.5 out of 10. 8.
Nice. That's
pretty
hot.
good game, but like.
Good.
No other game you could say like, yo, I feel like Batman. Like they did such a great job of like, yo, this is how Batman.
You're that dude,
like,
right?
you're that dude. I've beaten Last of Us 2. I've beaten Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've beaten Horizon Zero Dawn, and like some of these games that I've heard of, like how you hear something like, oh, you really need to play this. It's really, really good. Like, I know it's great. I'll get to it. Like, and then when you have the expectations are so high, in the back of your head it's like, okay, I kind of need to grade this game on a curve because like kind of looking at the old Star Wars movie, in my opinion, a little overrated, but back then there weren't, because it's hard. Like sometimes it's hard to distance yourself from, okay, I'm watching The Godfather, which is one of the best movies of all time. Okay, but it's really old. Like there's a lot of innovations, like Bill Russell versus Michael Jordan.
Right. What's the grading scale here?
It's like it's kind of hard to separate yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because you've already seen how a film or a game could be, and then you go back and you're like, okay, I need to put myself in their shoes, how they were looking at this game or movie back in the day. It's kind of hard to do, but at least Horizon Zero Dawn met the hype, and that's hard, man. And it's like Metacritic, I think like 9 out of 10, or like in the mid 80s, high 80s. For me, that game's like a 10. It's just, you have to critique something, nothing's perfect. Even a 10 out of 10 is not a perfect game, it's just flawless, Doesn't have that many cons. But, so my road has been basically knocking these games out that I said I was going to play. Metal Gear 5, I'm going to play it eventually. The infamous game. All that is building up to me playing Ghost of Tsushima, because if I play Ghost of Tsushima, I'm going to drive the Ferrari.
You're gonna ride that till the wheels fall off too.
Well, I'm riding a Ferrari, but hey, if I want to kind of play Infamous, I'm going back to the Accord.
Right.
So I want to play. I want to build myself
That's
up.
Smart.
Because if you play if you play Spider-Man before you play Batman, you're gonna be like, yo, this game's trash.
Yeah.
Well, not this game's trash, but you're gonna be like, woo, Batman feels stiff, man.
You're right.
When you're swinging around, boom, 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 and you don't grapple. It feels cool, trust me, but he's slow, he's lumbering, and bro, when you swing, Spider-Man's another game you gotta play, man.
Yeah,
that game's ridiculous, bro. And then on the new, so basically the new version, so PS5 is gonna come out on November 12th.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima, so all games are upgraded, faster loading times, etc., etc. But besides that, Spider-Man, they're gonna give it a little remaster.
Ooh, nice.
So remaster is basically they get an old game and they put makeup on it. They upgrade it basically. It's not so old where it needs a remake, like a Dark Souls, but it's a remaster where they touch it up, new features.
Mm-hmm.
So they even put a new face on this. A little controversial on the Spider-Man. They actually put like a new CG face on the Spider-Man just so and it looks better. It's just he's younger, so there's a little controversy on that.
Gotcha.
But basically, it's gonna look even better. And it's gonna play even better, frames per second, like on and on and on. So, just because I haven't played the games yet, and I actually bought Spider-Man on discount. Guess what? I'm gonna buy it again, like the new one. It is what it is, and it comes with the Miles Morales. So they basically made an expansion.
Oh, okay.
You can play as Miles Morales.
Oh, nice.
Did you ever play? Did you ever see Into the Spider-Verse on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
So That's another example where I thought that movie was too hype.
Nice.
I'm like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Meant to hype. So, Spider-Man and Ghost of Tsushima are two games that I'm definitely looking forward to.
So I have 3, but mine are pretty quick. Doom Eternal
For sure.
expansion, which is actually out. I own it. I just need to play it. But I think similar to you, Danny. I think I'm gonna wait. You know, obviously my PC's a little bit weak.
Right.
You know, I'm looking to get a monster pretty soon. I'm talking to some people. You know, I'm looking to get a 2080 Ti graphics card. I'm trying to get an intercooled, water cooled, motherboard, the whole bang. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go big. So I'm probably gonna wait so I can run that on ultra, on ultra graphics and get it to play even at 70, 80 frames per second, just on a monster of a PC.
Nice.
Dying Light 2, which I'll also play on PC.
When's that coming out?
They don't have a release date yet,
but
it's said coming. Yep, I already have it on my shopping cart in Steam, so just waiting. And then similar to you, Ghost of Tsushima.
Bro.
And that game alone, this is the God's honest truth. That game alone will probably get me to buy a PS5.
Gotcha.
And the only reason why I buy a PS5 is
Gotcha.
because
Well, they have the free multiplayer,
right,
like kind of
raids,
expansion.
2-player missions.
Yeah.
They're putting a bunch of different lore in there. That's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
That's
Loot. I think there's loot
no-brainer.
too.
Right.
Classes. I think there's 4 classes in there.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
those 3 for me for sure.
And you gotta play Spider-Man.
I will.
I think Spider-Man it's a single player and all that, but I think just the mobility in that game is gonna make you'll be like,
This is awesome.
bro, like where was I? So, those are the kind of games that you have to. I recommend at least playing if you get the time to. I know you're a busy guy and you have other priorities, but I would say Last of Us 1 and 2. Horizon Zero Dawn, leveling up, like combat in that game is so fun. And you can't compare it to any other game.
I feel like you wanna know what's funny? I know.
Well, actually, that's in PC.
Oh,
it
really?
has its issues though. It has its issues. I think.
I know Horizon Zero Dawn will be right up my alley too. I just need to get it. I just need to get it and start playing. But that's the thing though. I want to wait. I don't want to get all these games until I get a new PC.
And I agree with you.
Because I want to get them and play them in the right form.
Absolutely. And you have to.
You have to. And see, we need to break this really quick and make a third part. Or actually, no, we can do it really quickly now. Why did you pick PlayStation over Xbox?
So what's happening right now is Xbox is in a hard position because they don't have any reason for you to go to Xbox except for Halo. As far as game goes, Halo and Gears and Forza, which is like a Gran Turismo. So what they're doing is they're making it up by having this new season pass.
And they bought Bethesda, by the way.
And they bought Bethesda. Bethesda's like the second biggest purchase in video game history. Behind like the China company that bought Clash of Clans.
As long as Doom keeps coming on the computer, good.
Yeah, you don't care.
No.
And they will because they're Microsoft. So
right, they pretty much have to.
So basically, what they're doing to convince you to go on their side is
exclusivity pays.
Well, exclusivity because of the Halo and Gears, but they don't have anything else. So that's basically the main reason I'm going PS5. Right. All the games that I mentioned right now, Horizon, besides the only exception, the only Sony game exclusive, PlayStation exclusive, has gone to PC, or like one of the few. I think it's like actually the only one. It's supposed to be the only PlayStation exclusive to go. Of recent memory, anyways. Horizon, Last of Us 1 and 2, Zombies, one of the best the Godfather games, put it that way. Second one very controversial. And Ghost of Tsushima, they're all Sony exclusive, they're all PlayStation games. You can't play them anywhere else.
Isn't that crazy? Ghost is a PlayStation
Sucker
game.
Punch, the same people that made Infamous, right?
I feel so bad for Xbox.
Right?
Because that game is going to be another game that breaks the mold.
So, right there, you just told me or there's a probability of me getting a PS5 just for that one game.
I most likely will.
Eventually, right?
Most likely.
Eventually.
Yep. Now, you're going to go digital?
No.
Digital PS5? You're going to get CDs?
Yeah, because I have two of my boys. we could
Trade
always
games.
interchange
Sure.
games. And one of my boys, he likes to collect like physical, like
That's pretty cool.
the case and all that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's one, and then I have a bunch of PS4 games that the PS5 is gonna be backwards compatible for like 99% of the games.
Smart. That is very smart. I'll probably do the same thing. Yeah.
So before we end it, the Xbox, what they're doing is to convince people to go there, is that they're making games more accessible. So then you could buy literally a Game Pass. We have to look it up how much the price is.
$15 a month, I think. Yep.
Yeah, $15 a month, and they have it's basically the Netflix of video games.
Right.
Pro and con, some videos like Devil May Cry 5, it was in there. They took it out. Just like every month, sometimes there's movies and
They
shows
take stuff
on
away.
Netflix.
They don't
They
leave
take
it.
it away and they put them back. So, but for the most part, you're gonna have such a huge library of games, bang for your buck. They're making new games. I think for the most part, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make them cost $70 for this new era. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because, and it's justified. It's justified. Hot take, but people that I listen to from video game podcasts and stuff like that. I mean, everybody's always gonna be like, no, against it. But if you, dude,
I mean, do the math. More software. You want more frame rates or high graphics. That costs money.
You know,
It
God
happens.
of War. You know how much game?
God of War. That's a PlayStation.
That game cost, I think, $100 million at least. $100 million to make.
That game is ridiculous. That game is so
That's one of the
good.
great. The PS4 one is one of the greatest games made of all time.
I would agree.
It's 10 out of 10.
I would agree. That game is so good.
Well,
Ridiculous.
you can play it on Xbox. Not so. Right, you can't play it on Xbox.
Bro.
It's only.
PS is smashing Xbox.
Exactly.
So pretty much, you said everything that I was going to say in terms of why, right? But also for me, I'm a PC guy too, right? And I'm transitioning to be primarily only a PC guy, unless certain games, right? God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, right? Stuff like that. Or even Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man, stuff like that, right? So I would get the system just to be able to play those kinds of games on occasion, but for the most part, I'm a PC guy. Why? Because you get to play these games in the format that they were built in.
True.
They were all built on computers, so they run at their highest capacity on a computer.
No CD.
And on top of it, although the price point is high, which is a huge con, which is probably the only con,
And knowledge of how to
Price
do
point and
everything,
knowledge, right.
Drivers.
you have a lot more accessibility to different things. I can do my videos on my PS. I can do my videos on my my PC, right? I can game on my PC. I can do Twitch on my PC. I can't do any of that stuff on a PS5.
Well, I don't know. I think they have, if you buy the camera, you can do Twitch and stuff like that. There's a share button and stuff like that. And the PS5, they may make it more accessible. Though how it was with PS4, they didn't make too many cameras.
None. Pretty much none.
Yeah, so it was hard for you to find one at certain points in time. But I would agree. Obviously, it's way. I mean, a computer's a computer, bro. It's if you have the means and you have the knowledge, and not that hurdle, it's, you know, quote unquote. You could argue.
It's the meta, bro.
Yeah.
It's the meta.
Yeah. So, and then another thing is at Microsoft. Basically, they want to make the games very accessible. Besides that season pass thing, you could make any game. I think that you play if you have that season pass or whatever. Or I don't know if it's what it's called, but the subscription model.
Right.
Sorry. Any game that you can play on Xbox, you can play on PC too.
Which is cool too, right?
So
'Cause
you
now
don't even need literally
Exactly.
you don't need a reason for an Xbox.
Exactly
You don't.
right. Yep.
The new Xbox is for people that aren't computer savvy and they want a high-end console to play third-party games like Assassin's Creed, things like that. But if you're into like the AAA
Big
single-player games,
right.
whatever, then you go to the PS5 route.
And that's, and the other thing with PC that a lot of people sleep on, the buy-in point, the price point to buy in is very high. Yes, of course. And it's going to have to be if you want a console that's worth a damn.
Yeah.
And I think that's why consoles still have a place in the gaming world, period, is because the buy-in point is so much lower. It's easier for the average person to buy in there. But the thing that people don't understand is that ownership, game ownership. I buy a game on Steam. As long as I have a Steam account and a computer, I can play those games forever.
True.
Forever. And a lot of those games I get cheaper than $70 or $60. So yeah, my buy-in point is higher, but my long-term cost is so much lower. So much, it is. I mean, it's the truth.
right now with PlayStation doing so, PlayStation's going the route of AAA games and just the old no subscription model. I think the future's going to be subscription model.
Agreed.
Like the Xbox.
They lose too much money that way.
Yeah, but basically is they're banking on, okay, we're going to make this Last of Us $200 million game, but hey, it's going to make,
200 million. Whatever.
Yeah, right. And then in the future we're gonna we're gonna sell it in on sale on the PSN store. They've been doing sales a lot. Same thing with Nintendo on the Switch. They've been doing sales. The Nintendo Switch, PlayStation actually gives really good games. And then with this new PlayStation Plus, if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, are you?
Mm-hmm.
So when you get the PS5 and PlayStation Plus, it's literally gonna give you like, I think it was like 12 to, don't quote me, but like at least 12 like really good games, like AAA games. I'm talking about Uncharted. I'm talking about Persona 5. I'm talking about like, I think, don't quote me, God of War, bro.
That's
18 games and like AAA stuff.
And we just looked while we were off camera real quick. God of War, Resident Evil 7, Ratchet and Clank,
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
I mean, bro, you go on. You guys can look it up, but
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's kind of their counter. So that's the Xbox has a 50.
Was The Last of Us in there?
Maybe.
I think it was.
Maybe.
Which is crazy. Last of Us Part 2. Like.
No, not 2. I think 1.
Oh,
I think
1?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 kind of just came out recently, so I don't think they want to.
I would hope
not. Spend that
not a game like that.
But so the Xbox has a subscription model, which that's fine if you. I think that's more casual, game friendly, or if you're not interested, if you're just interested in Madden and the third parties and the Call of Duties of the world. And then the PS5 is if you're interested in more of the AAA, the Spider-Mans and that stuff. So, and then final point with the PC, it's the superior system to play shooters, because nobody's gonna be keyboard and mouse, and MMORPGs, because nobody's gonna beat the keyboard and mouse with that.
Now,
superior.
Quickly, what do you think about that? What game do you think is inferior on PC than on console? I would say the only thing maybe is a racing game.
That's fair.
Maybe the only thing I would say in my opinion.
That's fair. But hey, guess what? You get your controller, you download like 3DS, whatever that thing is that I've done. Now it's like a mission and a half. Sometimes it works and it doesn't work sometimes. But you got that option, right? So, PC's definitely, if you could afford it, you have the know-how, do it. I got one last year. Now I had all these aspirations to play, 2 games that I wanted. It was a Critica Online. It was like this Japanese like action hack and slash Devil May Cry type of game.
Okay.
Free to play, but sick. It's like very anime-ish. And then the other one, Total War Warhammer.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K. Yeah.
So Warhammer 40K, Warhammer is basically the company that Blizzard wanted to get. So it was a tabletop like Dungeons and Dragons type of thing. Kind of grid like the Fire Emblem type, but like literally we would play like chess, and you have like different units and things like that. Very nerdy back in the day. So Warhammer is like Lord of the Rings times, high fantasy. Warhammer 40K, sci-fi,
Starcraft.
Starcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard was like, we want to partner up with you guys to make video games, and they were very like, protective of their patent and their copyrights and stuff. It's like, nah. They turned them away, and Blizzard's like, okay, we're gonna do our own thing, and they basically just copied Warhammer. So Warhammer, original.
So total Warhammer 40K.
No. So Warhammer, I forgot if the company literally is called Warhammer, or if that's the product name, but basically, the people that made Warhammer, I think it's Warhammer. You have to look it up what the company is, but Warhammer is basically medieval times Lord of the Rings. It's a tabletop game, like a chess, units, like Dungeons and Dragons. You paint these things, and then you have like dice, and you fight like chess, but with units, like an army. You pick high elves, I pick freaking orcs.
Okay.
Or green, they call it green skins.
Greenskins.
Yeah, that's the army factions or whatever, right? Humans and stuff like that. Yeah. So have goblins, have orcs, all that nerdy stuff.
Goodness.
Yeah. But hey, so basically Blizzard's like, yo, we want to partner up to make video games. And they turned them away, and Blizzard's like, that's fine. We're gonna get inspiration from it, whatever you've done. So WoW, Warcraft, World of Warcraft, the original Warcraft was actually RTS, it was a StarCraft game.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then it was basically like based off of Warhammer. And then Warhammer 40K, they basically, Blizzard basically got really big inspiration. They basically copied it and did StarCraft. And then now look where Blizzard is, and look where this company is.
Yeah. Bad decision.
Yeah, bad decision.
Bad decision. You screwed up that one.
Yeah.
You screwed up. But I respect them though for that, you know.
Yeah.
Being confident and being proud of what their brand, I guess you can call it
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
I mean that does speak volumes,
That's
but
true.
you still effed up that
Yeah.
one. Effed
Yeah.
up.
So this Total War Warhammer game is basically Total War is a game company that makes like, you know, RTSs you have to pick up resources and stuff like that,
Yep.
like Age of Empires
Yep.
and stuff. This game is basically if you have $20,000, I have $20,000. I make my army composition the way I want to make it. If I want to have elite units that cost more, I go for that. If I want to have meat shields, I go for that. But it's basically Total War is a company that they do Troy and like stuff like that, like back in the army, you know, stuff
right.
like that.
Okay.
So you make your companies, and they were more based on realism, but they combined with Warhammer to make Total War Warhammer, so they could use their lightness. So now they're doing like Game of Thrones armies, you know. So you have your zombie army,
Gotcha.
you know. So that's kind of like I really want to play, especially watching Game of Thrones. I was like, you basically using the same like it's very nerdy, but use the same strategies that Hammer and Anvil. You have your infantry, you go up with something, you get your horses, there's an anvil, and you do that on the PC. Like you pick your units and stuff like that. It was so I was watching so much YouTube on that for like such a long time. I'm like this game's sick, but there's such a learning curve with it.
Right.
That I'm just like, man, I don't even know where to start. I'm not even playing online. I'm just doing the single player campaign, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So there's people that dedicate themselves with that, but I haven't really found like a great tutorial for the single player. Kind of fell off. It was too much. It was like maybe I'll go back to it one day. They're gonna do it part 3
Oh, nice.
eventually. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh man, is that everything? Think
Yeah.
that's everything?
Yeah. We could definitely do another one if anything.
Yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna have to bring you back once the PS5 comes out.
For sure.
And gotta bring that puppy over here. We gotta check
Oh
that
yeah,
thing
man.
out.
I think it's
because
huge, bro.
that's what I heard. It's
huge.
monster. But alrighty, y'all. That concludes the sit down, episode 12, part 2. This is gonna be a confusing one because we recorded just 2 long episodes, so it's gonna be broken up in between. So it's gonna be 4 parts most likely, but there's not gonna be 4 outros. So bear with us. We're passionate about this stuff, so we just start rambling, we just start going. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for episode 12 of the sit down with my man Danny. That was our little nerd sesh. You got a sneak peek into what we do every single day at work. Literally, every single day at work. It's awesome.
Facts.
And don't forget to check back in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell Danny how much you appreciate him coming on. Leave comments, all that good stuff. And until next time, we'll see y'all later.